Good morning, dear students. Today we will do long question answers of lesson 8. So, students, question number 1 is distinguish between body building foods and energy giving food. So, student, here is the difference between body building food and energy giving food. Number 1, body building food, they give us proteins. Energy giving food, they give us carbohydrates. Number 2, small children need more this food. Energy giving food, laborers need more this food. Laborers means the people, the person who do more physical work. Right? They need more this type of food. Bodybuilding food, number 3, example eggs, pulses, milk, fish and meat. Energy giving food, number 3, example bread, rice, potato, jam and honey. So student, all these are the differences between bodybuilding food. Bodybuilding food are the food which are rich in proteins. Energy giving food, the food rich in carbohydrates. They are needed in more amount by the small children. Energy giving food needed by the people who do more physical work, means laborers, mazdoor. Number 3, bodybuilding food sources are egg, pulses, meat, fish, meat. Energy giving food sources are bread, rice, potato, jam and honey, the substances which are sweet in taste. And bodybuilding food are found in the milk and milk products, pulses, fish, meat, etc. Now question number 2, what are the advantages of cooking food? Student, advantages of cooking food. Why do we cook food? Why they are beneficial to us? Why cooking food is useful to us? Number 1, advantages of cooking food, it makes the food soft, tasty and easy to digest. Due to cooking, the food becomes soft, tasty and easy to digest. Number 2, it kills the germs present in the food. Student, by cooking, the germs they get killed in the food. Now, second part is, what are the points that should be kept in mind while cooking? So students, what are the different points that we have to remember while cooking? Number 1, do not overcook the food. Student, we should not overcook the food, because by overcooking, all the nutrients they get destroyed and the food will not be healthy to eat. Number 2, always cover the food while cooking. Students, while cooking the food, we should cover the food so that the food nutrient they will not get lost, they don't get waste, they do not get destroyed. And also, by covering the food while cooking, the food cooks quickly in less time. It takes less time to cook if we cover the food, because the steam remain inside and it helps to cook the food earlier as compared to when we cook the food without covering. Number 3, do not throw the water in which vegetables are boiled. Student, what we should remember, the vegetables, when we boil them in water, that water we should not throw. Instead of throwing, we can use that water to knead the flour for making soups, or while making dal, we can use that water, because that water has a lot of nutrients in it. We should not throw it. Instead of that, we can use, so that all the minerals which are present in the water, we can use them. Now question number 3, what is roughage? Students, the fibrous material present in the food is called roughage. So the fibrous material, student, do you know, in the fruits, in vegetables, in whole grains means sabut anaj, like आपका wheat, rice, bajra, oats, millets, and you can say in your maize, the fibrous material are present. So the fibrous material which are present in food, that is called roughage. Now second part of this question is, how is roughage useful to the body? Student, why they are important to us? So importance of roughage. Number 1, it helps in easy bowel movement. Easy bowel movement means they keep our stomach healthy. Number 2, it prevents constipation. When our stomach remain healthy, then no constipation will be there. The stomach will get clear easily. So this is the importance of taking roughage. So we should take roughage in our day-to-day life. Now question number 3, why should vegetables be washed before cutting? Student, vegetables should be washed before cutting to prevent washing away of useful nutrients with water. Student, we should wash them properly so that the useful nutrients, they will not get washed away with water. They remain in the vegetables. So we should wash them properly before cutting, and after washing we should cut them. Now second part of this question is explain all the methods of cooking food. So there are different methods of cooking food. Number 1, boiling. Students, boiling means we can cook in the water. We can cook dal, we can cook rice, we can cook potato in water, and it means they get boiled. They can be cooked and we can use them after boiling. Number 2, roasting. Roasting means cooking over direct fire. When we cook our food on direct fire, then that process is called roasting. By this process we can roast potatoes, chicken and brinjal. Number 3, frying. Students, cooking in oil. Cooking in oil is called frying. I have explained you in earlier class also that frying is of 3 types: deep frying, shallow frying and stir frying. So here we are talking about the deep frying. Students, you cook the food in oil. Puris, chips, pakodas, they are cooked in the oil. Number 4, steaming. Cooking in steam of water. Student, when water is added and by heating the water, steam is made, and steam of that the food is cooked. By this method we can cook rice, idli, momos and dhokla. So all these are prepared by steaming method. Number 5, baking. Student, cooking in the dry heat. When no water is added, only as in oven and microwave we can cook the food, and that process is called baking. By this process we can make cake, bread and biscuits. Now come to next question. Draw a well-labeled diagram of digestive system. Students, here I have made a diagram of digestive system for you. You can copy my diagram or you can make it from the book. You can draw it. So student, first of all you can see here I have made these two. This is a pipe which is called food pipe. This is a food pipe. I have drawn this, and it is divided into 2 parts. One is for the nose, you can say upper one is showing the behind this there is another tube which is called windpipe. So upper one is for the nostrils and lower one is the mouth that continue into the food pipe. And from this food pipe, this lower end of this food pipe is connected to the stomach. This brown sac-like structure, bag-like structure is called stomach. And this stomach, above this stomach there is the liver, and liver also has connection with this stomach. And this below this stomach there is a leaf-like structure which is called pancreas. This structure is called pancreas, and here this stomach continues to this highly coiled small intestine, right? And this small intestine, around this small intestine it is large intestine. It is quite thick, and this large intestine lower end is called anus. Here you can see anus. So this is all about the structure. Now I will tell you about the function of each organ. What is the role of the function, how different organs they work together in the digestive system. So first part is called mouth. I have shown you here mouth. This part is mouth. So what is the role of mouth? Mouth helps to break down the food. Student, when we eat the food, we chew the food, we break down into pieces, and in the mouth it mixes with the saliva, right? And saliva comes from the salivary gland which are present in the mouth. They mixes with the food well and make it slippery. The food becomes slippery, and also they convert starch into sugar. Some enzymes are there which help to convert starch into sugar. Means digestion of starch to some extent takes place here. Now food pipe. Student, this is the long tube which is called food pipe. At one end, upper end it is connected to the mouth, and at the lower end it ends into the stomach. So food pipe receives the food from the mouth. Food pipe से food receive करते हैं and passes it to the stomach. This bag-like structure. Now come to stomach. Students, stomach. What is the role of stomach? Stomach helps in churning and mixing of food with juices. Students, you have mixer and grinder or blender at your home. What you see when you use it, it helps to churn, it helps to mix all the ingredients that you want to grind, that you want to make a paste. So churning and mixing of food with juices takes place. And here you can see digestion of proteins take place. Protein is digested in the stomach. Now the food passes to the small intestine. In the small intestine, I want to explain you here from the stomach. This passes to the small intestine. This brown pipe, it leads to here, and this small intestine is highly coiled and it is quite long. So it is highly coiled so that it can accommodate in very less space, and it is up to 5 meter long. Student, do you know this is 5 meter long? The food passes to the small intestine. Here churning and mixing of food with juices takes place. In small intestine, complete digestion of food takes place. The food is digested completely, and from the small intestine the food passes to large intestine, and from this small intestine the food passes to this outer one, thick walled large intestine. Yellow color, mustard color, which is showing. This one is large intestine. Around this small intestine, the food passes to the large intestine, and here what happens in large intestine? Absorption of extra water from undigested food. The undigested food reaches to the large intestine. Still in undigested food water is present, so water is absorbed by the walls of large intestine. Water is absorbed from the walls of large intestine, and from the large intestine it reaches to the anus, right? So this part is called anus. So anus is the opening from which semi-solid waste it comes out from the body, right? So semi-solid waste, it comes out as feces. It comes out as waste. Early in the morning we go to washroom, and the semi-solid waste, it comes out from the body and our stomach get clear. So this is the way how the digestion takes place and how the undigested food, it comes out from the body. So in this way all the different organs, they work together, and in this way the digestive system works. So student, with this I end up my video. If you have any doubt, you can ask me personally. Have a good day, students.